This is the Simpit Live. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, and welcome to the show today. And today we are here to bring you some of the latest news in sim racing. And I'm not just here to bring you the news, but I'm going to bring you topics that I think are relevant for some discussion as well. And today, our news comes from the Assetto Corsa camp, and they have made an announcement of the final 7 cars that are going to be included in the anniversary. This is the Ferrari 70th Anniversary Celebration Pack. And this is kind of a big deal. I mean, Ferrari is one of the cars, I think of Assetto Corsa being a little Italian-centric when it comes to their content. And, you know, you see here, they do have a pretty good selection of Ferraris already included in the game, including 2 modern and 1 vintage Formula 1 cars. So they're not light on Ferrari content, but believe it or not, that is not their biggest amount of content. They actually have more Lotuses, Lodi, and they actually have more Porsches as well. So this will kind of get that Ferrari number up closer to those other ones. But anyway, getting back to the car pack, what they did was really cool. They left it to us, the sim racers, to kind of help determine the cars that were going to be available in this car pack. And they had voting. And the voting by results was going to determine which cars. Hey, Jess Nader, I see you here in the show with us, and Fabio, welcome both of you to the show. And again, see some of you joining us. I'm bringing you the news, and I want to bring you things that I think are relevant to know about, number one, and of course things that might even offer some decent discussion. And Assetto Corsa, the reason I'm talking about a car pack is yes, the 7 Ferraris are iconic, and they'll be a great addition to the sim, and they're coming this fall. You can see that right here for the PC version, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And the 7 car pack is going to include all Ferraris, as I mentioned. The reason I am talking about it is, in the PC world, Assetto Corsa is sort of leading in the business model of, here's a great sim that we've built. We've allowed some modding, so you can get some stuff out there legally, illegal, doesn't matter. But at the same time, they're going to keep cranking out paid content that you can choose to buy to expand your game or to pass on. And it's not necessary that you buy them all. But anyway, this car pack is very cool. Again, it's hard to do anything in racing without thinking of Ferrari. They are the most iconic name in all of racing, not only sim racing, but real-life racing. So it is important that their cars be displayed, and they're some of the most desirable cars to drive. So anyway, here is the list of the 7 cars, and they did something cool. They have a little more info, and I do have the link to this page for the Ferrari 70th Anniversary Car Pack, Celebration Pack, in the description of the show, so you can see it as well. But I'm just going to kind of take you through what they did is they kind of gave you more information on each car. So when we look at the list of voting, we can bring that up full screen, and we can see the SF70H, the super modern Formula 1 car, was the top voter. And we can actually go to the page that they kind of created with some information. They have a video here. This is all Ferrari stuff, not necessarily the official. This is Ferrari, not stuff made by Assetto, but each page has a little more or less information depending on where their development is. So basically, you can see the car we will be getting in that one. Looking to the pack, the second biggest voter. This is a beautiful car, the 2017 812 Superfast. This is a Ferrari of Ferraris for those who think of them as street cars, not necessarily just Formula 1 cars. And that's the point here, is that through this, you are getting an opportunity. The F2004, so we're going to see 2 new formulas, the Schumacher Formula 1 car era, which really is kind of pretty close to what we already have. So we're kind of getting into splitting hairs when it comes to some Formula 1 cars, but for the true Formula 1 aficionados, model year changes is a very big deal, so I'm sort of downplaying the significance of such a thing. We got the GTO. This is one of my all-time favorite Ferraris, to be honest with you. And the 312, which we don't even have real images, we only have a Wikipedia page. 330, you know, again, getting into those super Ferraris that really kind of the ones that defined and made the company. And then the 250 GTO, which of course is an amazing car, and kind of troubles me. They have the picture here of the more coupe version versus the more swept back, and I love this one, and I'm okay with that one. Anyway, the reason I did, again, wanted to mention this is that car pack is coming out this fall. It will be 7 new cars to the Assetto Corsa game, which is or sim, I should say. And you can see here, you can buy it now, and it looks like the Dream Pack. It said buy it now, but I don't actually see a price. Assetto Corsa is $29.99. With all of the Dream Packs, or a handful of them, you can get it for $49.99. The Porsche packs were $6.99 each, so that probably gives you an idea of what kind of pricing we'll actually be seeing. I have not seen word from them. I actually saw this story on their Facebook page. So any thoughts from you guys out there? I see Sonny here have been confused regarding Project Cars, Assetto Corsa, and GT Sport. Almost too many games and cars with all different settings. Appreciate the games, but feel ambiguous. Sonny, one of the reasons there are so many different games is, or sims, is one part of it that you'll see is licensing and who has what license. Not everybody is like Gran Turismo and can afford every license on Earth. So when you look at the car list from Assetto Corsa, you can kind of see that they've tailored themselves to a certain direction of cars. Mostly European, a lot Italian. Other sims will cater in other directions. So that's a big reason. The other is each sim does have physics that are different and unique. I don't think we're to the point in time in 2017 where physics are this is right and that is wrong. We're not quite there yet. There are varying different opinions. So the big question is which one suits your idea or your thoughts of what a real car handles like, and everybody has a different opinion of what a real car or a race car feels like, and that's going to affect which sim that they kind of naturally gravitate towards. So I think there's a good reason for all the different sims, and some of them, I'm not going to give a hierarchy here, but some of them also start off at a lower level in terms of talent and work their way up in difficulty, which whether you want to say that's realistic or not, it is true that they start out basic and work their way up in difficulty, and depending on your abilities, you might favor or like one sim over the other, or look to move up to the next sim if you can see a ladder like that. Atanis, yes, this is the 70th anniversary we're talking about, car pack, the celebration pack from Ferrari for Assetto Corsa. 7 incredible cars being added to the sim. Here are the 7 cars right there, and we kind of went through some of the images. And Driver Mod Gaming, yes, I've actually played P-Cars 2 a ton in various different venues. But yeah, I've driven a wide variety of different cars, different conditions, and it's a very, very good sim. It's gonna find its niche for sure in the sim racing world. That's an absolute. And when I look at the price of sims, I think of our hobby and industry, and here's Assetto Corsa at $29.99. You know, it's not an expensive hobby, and I think back to when I was in golf. I used my 2 previous hobbies as examples, golf and cycling, and the amount of money you spend buying just little side projects, little handlebars, grips, shoes, hats, helmets, jerseys. In the case of golf clubs, it's various different balls, tees. How many different drivers do you go through? Greens fees. It's sim racing. Even if you buy every sim, and I'm going to separate sim from hardware, but even if you buy every sim, it's chump change compared to any other hobby you can do. Why not test all the different flavors? I mean, I like ice cream. I prefer chocolate, but I'll still eat other flavors of ice cream because I like it as a concept. Sim racing, why not try all the flavors? And of course, you're going to eat your favorite or drive your favorite the most. And I get, you know, I think that's one of the points here. We're talking about Assetto Corsa, talking about the Ferrari car pack. They are an Italian-centric, leaning towards Italian tracks. They have a variety of cars and tracks, but there's more concentration towards Italy. And that's going to have some people be giant fans. If you're from Italy, these are your home tracks. This is a big deal. So that you know, on hardware, it's a little different. We're not all going to buy every wheel just to test every wheel. So that's my quick opinion on that. I'm going to wrap things up on Assetto Corsa, but one of the reasons I want to do live shows for news is I think things like this are always great topic, and they bring up other good topics, but I don't want to take things too far off of the main topic. But I did think this was good for knowing about. So in case you didn't see the news on Facebook or their page, you got an opportunity. The pack is coming out in the fall 2017 for PC, Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So that will be coming fairly soon. I mean, I think about timing, and we're nearing fall very rapidly. And E-Mode, UK, I'm just going to buy them all, to be honest with you. I have the same opinion whether I did this as the show host or before I had a show. I bought every sim. That was I was waiting for a new one to come out. Even if I tried it for a week and shelved it, I've never regretted buying a single sim. Installation, how it plays, some sims need a lot of tweaking to get it good, and it's a shame, really. I agree, and I think that's something that is vastly improved in the last decade, but we have a long way to go to where it's just all simple and plug and play. So I think it's going to do it for this show. I do have the link to the Assetto Corsa page talking about the Ferrari 70th Anniversary Celebration Pack. Hopefully you'll go check it out there. At the very least, they have some cool pages dedicated to the cars that were picked. You can look at the way the voting turned out just to see the way the opinion of the sim racers are, what percentage of the votes things got. And that's pretty cool list just to look at as well. So I highly recommend checking out that link. And if you have any news or topics that we should cover on the Simpit live show, let me know. Send me an email at Shaun, SHAUN, @thesimpit.com, and I'll be sure to check it out. Consider adding it to the show. I love doing these. Love having great discussion with you guys about topics like this. This is the Simpit Live. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.